Right, hello, welcome to AP Lang. You're not going to see my face during this video, but I'll make sure to have a picture on the screen if you don't know what I look like. I'm just going to be going over the syllabus for the most part, just so that you're ready to go when we meet each other on day one. So you can click on that from the home page. It's embedded a couple other places in the module, but it is important that you read through it. It's best if you just look at it with me right now, but you do want to make sure that you understand it for the course. Okay, my Google page load here. We'll make it a little bit bigger for us. All right, welcome to AP, I call AP Lang, but its full title is English Language and Composition. This course is going to be your introductory English course at most colleges. I like to say it is the one AP course that every student is required to have. You may or may not need psych, you may or may not need chem. Every student, pretty much at every university though, has to take an English class, has to take a math class, so this is definitely a good one to get out of the way. It's the credit that most of my kids want to get because they either don't want to take that class in college because English just is not their passion, or they'd rather take a higher level English class and not do more of the basic stuff. So this is a college course. It does have pretty high college expectations, but most students enjoy the experience. It is pretty heavy work in class, but outside of class, if we've been able to get the work done, then most of the time it's pretty manageable outside of class. But it will feel different than any English class you've taken before at Yorktown. And again, it says even up here, like, it's my job to get this as close to a college experience, as close to what the College Board wants you to see, so that you are getting your AP credit at the end of the year so that you get your college credit. You do have to pass a test to get college credit for this class. It's not like a dual credit class where the grade is going to earn you credit. You could get an A in the class for an AP class, and if you don't pass the test, you're not going to get college credit. So we really do work towards making sure we're successful inside the classroom and successful on the AP test. These standards are what the College Board expects us to cover. We will talk about these as we go through these skills, but you can see that they go kind of back and forth between reading and writing, and in the class we are doing reading activities and then writing activities. So not often are they happening all at once, all at the same time. And it's a really nice breakdown. The College Board has done a really nice job of dividing up what a student needs to know. It's hard stuff. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy, but they've done a nice job of breaking down the course. And I think for the most part, students have been really successful in the class. Okay, course materials. These are all important. You do need a charged MacBook, especially at the beginning of the year when we're pretty much paper free. We're going to have a lot of things online, so you're going to need your MacBook to function. I have 3 AP classes and 2 of you are block 4, 4G and 4W. So if you think you won't have a good charge by the end of the day, you need to make sure you're bringing your charger to school with you. I think it's nice to have a binder or folder just for this class. I don't know that I'll have many handouts this year, but I do know if I give you a handout, it has to be important if I'm making a copy in our current circumstances. So just somewhere that you can safely tuck things away, not just randomly in your backpack. We do use composition notebooks. I think most students would have needed 2 last year, but with the early into our school year, 1 was enough for most students. I do really prefer that it's a composition notebook. I don't want it to be used for any other classes. I don't like the big bulky notebooks. It should be, just what you can get for like 50 cents or $1 right now at the store. You won't be able to leave it in my classroom at this time because of COVID, so you'll just need to bring that back and forth. You really should take it home every day too, so just make sure your composition notebook is always in your backpack. You do need writing utensils. I don't know about the highlighter yet. Again, I'm not sure if we'll be able to have paper, but you definitely need something to write with. Post-it notes are going to be for you to use personally. I will check those. I won't collect them, but you do need post-it notes. Last year, a pack of 100 was typically enough for a student. So make sure you get a package of Post-it notes, and then just standard size is fine. If you like the bigger ones or the lined ones, that's okay, but nothing itty-bitty. And then you do need to have access to the internet. Most of our assignments will be online, even at home. So if you don't have internet access at home, you're going to need to make sure that you can make some sort of arrangement to have that access. Even if we're in school all the time, you still need to be able to access the internet. So that's a big one. Please make sure you're communicating with me or with the school if you don't currently have internet access. Required books. The school provides Color of Water for you, so I have that. Just Mercy, we did not do a summer assignment like we typically do, just to give you all kind of a break after such a weird end to your school year. But I did ask in a summer letter that you buy Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson. You should still have plenty of time to get your hands on that book. Amazon's obviously going to get it here the quickest. If you're struggling to get that book, let me know. I can probably help you out through Amazon. But Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson. I don't need you to have the movie. I need you to have the book, and I need you to have your own personal copy. Again, we do not have copies for you. We will be starting to read that book next week, so and talk about that book next week, and then we'll truly be rolling into it by August 17th. So please make sure you have Just Mercy. You don't have to do anything with it right now. You just need to own the book. So far, I need you to have those composition notebooks. I need you to have Just Mercy. I need you to have Post-it notes. We also will have an outside read novel during each quarter, so you will be required to purchase that book. That one can be digital. I did want you to have a paper copy of Just Mercy, but you could have digital outside read novels. If you can get it at the library right now, they do have a safe pickup, so you can also check out books. For the outside read, it's not necessary that you purchase it, but I always put in there that it is a requirement to have books, just in case some of you need to let me know if that's going to be a hardship for you. So those are kind of the fees. Sometimes with AP classes and AP testing, there can be an additional fee. The state does cover your test cost for the AP test, so that's awesome. But there are some just, again, course fees, having to buy your books and things like that come along with the AP class. That's typical of a college class. So again, if at any point you have any sort of financial hardships, talk to me and we'll get those straightened out. Class rules, it's super important that you're in your seat. It's super important that you have your MacBook ready. Those are kind of the two non-negotiables. And I did this in the freshman syllabus too. Your phone, I'm still getting used to that, needs to be stored in your locker. I still need to, cell phones will not be allowed in the classroom. So there we go. There, I've changed that rule. So you just can't have them. They should be in your locker. They last year were put in the pockets, but this year just not even in here. So cell phones shouldn't even be an issue. Hopefully you're participating in class. Sorry about the bell. Hopefully you are able to, your juniors, your AP juniors, so you should definitely be able to be mindful of your space, your classmates' space, and my space when you're in my room. Grading policy. We are no longer on the English 9-10 weighted grade policy. AP grades follow a point system, so typically there'll be anywhere from 150 to 200 points available per quarter, and if it's worth higher point values, it's worth a higher percentage of your grade. I do try to tell you as best I can what assignments are upcoming, what the quarter looks like, so you can really make a good plan. Homework's not going to be a huge factor or component of your grade. It's mostly going to be more of, the bigger assignments that you're turning in. Just make sure that you know that most of our tests and quizzes are announced. So if you are absent the day before a quiz and you come back, for the most part, you are expected to have checked Canvas and be ready to take that quiz. I really do need you to talk with me on Canvas if you're not in school. I don't like you to come in and just not be ready for the day. That's not good for you. It's not good for me. And that's not how college classes work. A professor is not going to give you a day of grace typically. You just need to jump right back in. So really make sure that you're communicating with me on Canvas. If you are absent, if you have questions outside of class, you need to be ready to do whatever we're doing that day in class. Obviously, there are extenuating circumstances that won't make that possible every single time. But we really need to make sure we're trying our best. The DIN is available right now only by appointment, and you have to get work done within one day of your missed day. So that means if you're absent and I put a quiz down in the DIN or a test down in the DIN for you on Tuesday, it more than likely should be made up by that Thursday. So just be really careful about that, especially as you're getting used to releases. You need to schedule those DIN times during your release time so that you are not getting zeros on anything. And then if that's going to be an issue, you need to communicate that before that due date has passed, because the DIN, again, is going to be pretty strict this year with appointments and with making sure work is done quickly and it's a fast turnaround. There won't be a lot of grace given in the DIN if it's not worked out with the teacher ahead of time. Late work is not typically something I accept, especially with homework or in-class work. If you're turning in a larger paper or project, typically I will take it, but it's going to have a grade deduction with it. So the best thing to do in the class is just turn everything in on time. Cheating and plagiarism are not going to be tolerated at all. You are honor students. You should behave honorably. I will give you a warning if I must, but typically it's going to result in a referral. And I am not above writing referrals when you are outside of school. I will do that if you are cheating virtually. So in school, out of school, whatever it's going on, you need to be doing your own work. Do not worry about what your classmates are doing. Do not give answers. Do not share information. You'll be safe if you can just follow that rule. I always say it takes less time to just do it the right way. A lot of you spend a lot more time trying to figure out a way around an assignment. So just do your own work and you will be in a good place. This does give you kind of, again, a rough estimate of how things will be broken down. Again, we are in a point system, so it's not weighted, but it's approximately 45% of your grade is tests and quizzes, 45% is going to be writing, which is sometimes essays, sometimes a project more so, and then 10% is work we do in class and is homework. So 90% of your grade is really going to be from more like major pieces of work, and then 10% you're going to get kind of that last little bump in your grade, which is a good, you don't want to lose 10%. It's a good amount of your grade to keep you kind of in that safe A zone or keep you passing. But if you were to miss a few assignments here or there, it's not going to tank your grade. And then this is just a note, because some of you really look at grades in Power School. Not everything we do in class is for a grade. It just depends. So I'll usually let you know what things count, what things don't, what things are just for a learning purpose. Not everything can or should be graded. And then I said this earlier, but it's just reiterated again. You must check Canvas if you're not here at school. Everything we do in class will be on Canvas, especially because paper can't be handed out right now. If you aren't in the building, you could still do everything we're going to do in class. So just make sure that you are checking Canvas if you're not in the building, and you should be safe. Message me. I'm really good about checking my Canvas messages and getting back to students quickly, so I will make sure that everything's crystal clear to you if you have any questions. This has been a long-standing policy in my class, and it's never caused students any grief or been a problem before, so just please talk to me if you're having any difficulties or any trouble. All right, so that's the syllabus spiel. So if you have questions about that, let me know. The biggest thing to remember would be that you do need to have Just Mercy, Post-it notes, and a composition notebook. And we do need to have those things in order by the end of next week to really be successful in the class. I prefer that you actually have the composition notebook by next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll already be cracking it open and using it. So kind of Friday and Monday, get your ducks in a row. Over the weekend, make sure you've gone to the store if you have not already, and you have your notebook and your Post-its. What's left over in this module, if you viewed my video, you have a video from our student teacher, Mr. Huseman. I'm going to call him Mr. H, but he's with us from Taylor. He'll talk to you about himself a little bit more in the video. Then you have a Google form to complete for me. And then if you have any questions, you can post them to the discussion board, or you can just let me know through Canvas message or stop by in person if you have time during the day as we go through Friday and Monday. I hope that you've had a good start to the school year. I know it's been a weird start. I miss seeing all the IP students, so I'm happy to meet all of you soon. I know that I'll see 4W, I'll get to see you by the end of the day on Monday, and then I'll start to see the rest of the group. So take care, and I am looking forward to meeting you in person hopefully very soon.